the Bunker Hill Monument on June 17, 1775, a battle was fought here. The first major battle of the American Revolution. It was a battle that they eventually lost. But this monument symbolizes the courage of those who decided to engage in battle. The Patriots' commander-in-chief said, "Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes." They made a commitment to engage the enemy up close and personally. This to me epitomizes the church planting scene here in Boston, Massachusetts. We have been losing some battles, but we have decided that we can win the war. Our Supreme Commander, Jesus Christ, is leading the charge in this spiritual battleground called Boston. Not only do I want to show you the challenges, but also some of the ways that we are meeting those challenges and engaging the darkness in an up-close and personal way.
What an amazing culture, 40% non-Anglo. There are literally the nations at our doorstep here right now. Pray for us, please, please do. This is a spiritual battle. Satan has had this ground for a long time, and he does not like the fact that we're here.
New England has 14.2 million people, and some ask, why should we come to New England? Isn't that the birthplace of everything that happened concerning Christianity? Well, it is, and it's the only place where revival really happened. But I want you to know, they kicked out Roger Williams. So we Baptists, we've been on the running edge for a long, long time.
In interacting with somebody on the gospel, half the time I don't even feel like I'm starting out on the football field yet. It's not like you're on the 20 getting ready to punch it in. No, you're not on the field yet. You're trying to get people on the field.
Yeah, I don't know what you really mean by the church.
I don't believe in religion.
Religion is not important.
Exactly.
Is religion important to you?
A little bit, not really though.
I don't think it's a force for good in the world.
There's only one church.
Which one?
Catholic Church.
I'm Catholic, but the only problem I have is all the problems they're going with. Every time you turn around, it's somebody's doing something.
I pray, but I don't go to church regularly.
Sure. We go to a good church.
So it's important to have a religious commitment, you think?
For them, for us, as a family, yeah.
What about Jesus? You guys believe in him?
I think I used to. I'm not sure anymore.
I'm still looking for a church around here.
Let's hope everybody can get along and not so much worry about the name of the church, but just treating everybody with a good feeling.
You know, you'll remember names like Whitfield and Moody and let's see, Jonathan Edwards. That's the past, now the present. God is using folks like Sousa and Souza and Turley and Wyatt and Dan BK. The world has come here to New England.
I'm hearing stories and meeting people from everywhere, and God is just doing a work here in the Boston area. God is they're strategically placing people and partners in place to do something phenomenal here in Boston. It's exciting to be part of church planting here.
Our church planters are the best, and God has really given us favor with the church planters that have come.
Hi, my name's Chris Willis. I'm a church planter here in Weymouth, Massachusetts. We've seen that relationships have to be developed, and the town has to actually feel your impact to overcome the influence of Catholicism. Oftentimes they don't even realize what that means, but it's kind of an umbrella statement. I'm Catholic, I can't come to church. And so what we have found is probably the biggest obstacle is just getting them past their preconceived notions to come to church. And once they do, typically they find out, wow, this is great, and they like it and they stick.
To be honest, Beverly is one of those weird cities where I could literally right now go 2 blocks that way and it's full of homeless people, and I could go 2 blocks this way and you've got million-dollar homes. Originally our intention was going to be, okay, most of these people are probably agnostics or atheists, they're anti-religion, they're anti-Christian, that's who we thought we'd be engaging with. That's not the case at all.
Hey, I'm James Thomason, church planter of Meeting House Church here in southeastern Massachusetts in the city of Taunton. Our immediate area here, target area, runs the gamut, really. You know, the Bible says there'll be every tribe, language, nation in the kingdom, and that's what we hope to the extent that Taunton is a multicultural city. That's what we hope Meeting House Church will be.
Hey, I'm Joe Souza. I'm a church planter here in Boston, Celebration Church. We're located in Saugus. 99% of the people north of here where we are have no involvement with any evangelical church at all. That means 99% of the people are in the darkness. The vision that we sold to the church, that we have as a church, is to be a door to the North Shore. So as a church planter and as a church planting strategist, I have led my church here to the North Shore for us to be a catalyst of other churches from here all the way up to the state of New Hampshire.
Hey, I'm Chris Bass, church planter here at Redeemer Fellowship Church. We're standing here in the corner of Watertown, Massachusetts. In Middlesex County, 1.9% of folks are attending evangelical churches, which already lets you know the spiritual climate here. And yet, you know, our desire is to come in right here and plant a flagship church. It's going to help start other churches in this area, because that's what we need, is more gospel-centered churches in the area. And as we came into this area, we made a decision early on that, you know, Jesus teaches us, my sheep hear my voice and they come to me. And so that gave me a lot of confidence to come and not feel like I had to get cute with the gospel or anything else. And we come in and we just preach the gospel.
We've learned it here in West Boston is, man, it's hard. The soil is hard. It's very rocky. And you know, as a church planter, our heart is right off the bat is to sit down over coffee and have what we call a heart-to-heart with somebody. A lot of times when we go there, quickly the walls come up, they shut down, the conversation is over. So what we've kind of learned is before even having that heart-to-heart, we have to have what we call a heart-to-foot in many cases. That's getting on our knees, and as Jesus washed feet, washing feet, serving people. And so we've kind of launched this campaign that we call Here to Serve. It comes from Matthew chapter 20:28, where Jesus says the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve. He came to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. And so as we massage hearts and the walls start coming down as we serve, we get the privilege to share the gospel with people.
My name is Tanner Turley. I serve as the lead pastor of Redemption Hill Church here in Medford, Massachusetts. Medford's really a working class community, so scattered all throughout North Medford, East Medford, you have just blue collar families that are working very hard to support their families and make it. And then one thing that we love too is that in East Medford you have a large group of young professionals who commute into the city every day to live and work and study. And so we have people from all over the world. Just on my floor in my apartment, I have neighbors from Saudi Arabia, from Eastern Europe, from Guatemala, Venezuela, the Ivory Coast. And so it's one thing to say, hey, the nations have gathered in Boston. It's another thing when they live on your floor and you have an opportunity to build relationships, practice hospitality, pray for them, and share the love of Christ.
Hi, my name is Juan McLean. I'm the lead pastor of Redemption City Church here in Boston. But one thing about the South End is that it's a really culturally diverse place. You have a lot of whites, you have a lot of blacks, Latinos, you have a lot of Asians, you have people from all over the world right here. Well, some of the challenges that we have here, not just in the South End, but in all of Boston, I think are two things. One is just the hypocrisy of the church, and two, there's just a lot of confusion in regards to who the person of Jesus Christ is. Who is Jesus?
Hello, I'm Vivek Arora, and I'm a church planter here in Cambridge area. My emphasis is on people, the students at Harvard, MIT, and all of the reputable universities here in Boston. Any kind of religion you talk about, they are anti-God basically. If you tell them that you are a church planter, particularly you are a Christian, it means in itself is a backward thing. It's a fashion here to exclude God from your vocabulary.
Curtis Cook, pastor of Hope Fellowship Church, located in Cambridge. It's still tough to plant in Boston. It's still slow. It still takes a long time. It's still financially very expensive. And there's still very few churches in Boston who are able and willing to sponsor a church. And so we're excited about what God is doing, but also understand it's a long road ahead.
My name is Dan VK. I am Nepalese church planter here in New England. About 18,000 Nepalese and Bhutanese ethnic group in New England. Majority of Nepalis are living in Boston, and we believe there are more than 10,000 Nepalese are living in Greater Boston area. We are so exciting about church planting movement in New England.
Hey, I'm Jan Bezikov, church planter in Boston, Massachusetts. The biggest obstacle is the fact that people don't want to believe in God. And even if they do believe in God, say that they believe in God, they don't want God to govern their lives. They want God to be God.
Hey, I'm Bland. I'm a planter here in Boston. Moved here in the fall of 2008 to start City on a Hill Church. I've also learned to adapt to the highly educated culture that's here and the skeptical culture. It's not necessarily as antagonistic to Christianity as some people might think. There are agnostics and atheists outspoken here, but the majority of people really, honestly, the problem is they don't know one single faithful Christian. Not one.
We could use help. Listen, we're here 100 churches in the Boston area. In the loop of 495, there's probably 4 million people there. So you can figure that out yourself. We need church planners, we could use sponsors, we could use partners. And why? Why should we say, come on down? Well, think of this as your Macedonian call. Think of this as we're ready to retake the promised land that once was here.
The gospel at one time was a major influence here in Boston. And I want to work as a pastor, as a church planter, and lead my church to get people to fall in love again with the matters pertaining to the gospel. We need to produce disciples. We need to live out loud the message of Jesus Christ.
The vision for the future is for church planters to come up here without a church name before they get here, without an established identity for the church they want to plant before they get here. My vision is for guys to be prepared, have the Spirit of God upon them, and then come to Boston, see what God's already doing, and then partner with these guys.
So maybe you're watching this right now and you're from the Bible Belt like I was, and you look around and you think, wow, there's really not a need for church planting in the United States. And let me say, there is in New England. This is a mission field.
We're thinking Worcester, Massachusetts, or we're thinking Portland, Maine, Hartford, Connecticut, Providence, Rhode Island, Manchester, New Hampshire. We just really have a heart for influential cities in New England.
We have great response from people, and they come to the Lord, baptizing, accepting Christ everywhere. So it's really exciting.
God is not just blessing our efforts, but He is sending numerous church planters to the city so that we can not only plant individual churches, but that we can work together.
We need people. We need churches being planted. We need funding. We need resources. We need mission teams. I mean, we need these things. We cannot do this alone. This area is dying. And I know it sounds so cliche to say, well, people are dying and going to hell, but it's true. It's true.
God is doing something here. Invite you to pray about it.